So you're thinking about moving to Frisco, Texas, but you think everything is overpriced now and you can't afford anything here in Frisco. Well, in this video, we're actually going to take you around and show you a couple of different places under $300,000 here. Yes, can you believe that? We found a couple. There's not too many, but they're around. So we'll do that. We're going to show you a little bit around Frisco. We might have to venture over to Plano a little bit too, just in case, because the inventory is low under 300,000. But there are a couple of options, so we wanted to show them to you so that you can get a better idea if you're making that move here to the North Dallas area in Frisco or Plano. It gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. So we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Dallas, Texas and the surrounding areas like Frisco, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Dallas. My name is Levi. You know my partner Travis, and the team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you and you and you and you looking to make their move to Dallas. We absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Happy to help you make that smooth move to Dallas. So look, you can probably see through the trees now that famous Frisco water tower that's right there. We're right just kind of off the Main Street, the historic part. You can kind of see one of the older homes right here too. Over here in the historic district of Frisco, this is some of the new development going on right around here. You can see you've got La Finca coffee shop and bakery right there. There's also Karma Coffee right there. You got Sibo Kitchen, K Performance, a couple of cool little spots, and then you can walk about a block or two down and you're not too far from the rest of the historic parts here in Frisco. But you got a lot of the older homes right around here. But we're going to take you to the first spot. Like I said, we get a lot of feedback. Everybody says Dallas is overpriced, Frisco's overpriced, everything's going through the roof. Well, I mean, if you're thinking about making that move, you might want to act sooner rather than later. We don't see any let up in this type of market. And here's the point is that it's inventory. There's just not, the inventory is not out there right now. And so we have a lot of people making their move to the Dallas area. And again, you know why? Because, well, we're freedom friendly, we're tax friendly, we're business friendly, and overall, you know, I think people are looking for a change. They're approved to work remotely or from home, or they're moving their business. Overall, they're looking for something different. And I tell you what, Texas, specifically Dallas. Yes, I'm absolutely biased to Dallas. So if you're thinking of anywhere in Texas, it should be Dallas. And it's just everything is pretty good here. Now, are prices going up? Yes. Are they going up too crazy? No, not as much as Austin or San Antonio or those places. I believe those places are getting a little out of hand. But this is still a good market here in Dallas. The interest rates are still all-time lows, are still right under 3%, even heading into 2022. So guys, something to take advantage of that does allow you to afford a little bit more of a home. And so even if you end up having to bid 10, 20, or 30,000 over, then it should not affect your price that much. Now, I'm not saying that we want you to do that. We take every house on a case-by-case basis. And the thing is we only need to find you one home. So regardless of what the market is doing or what you hear on the news or what your friends are telling you, we only need to find you one home. And we've been very successful in this market, navigating it for people. We've helped since April. Just since April, we're not even including the first quarter. Since April, we've helped over 80 families relocate here. And so we've done this over and over and over again. And we know how to get the deal done. So we are making that happen. We're not losing any deals for our clients. We make it happen on the first try. But at the same time, you got to have the right team in place and you got to understand the market, but more specifically, what's going on with that particular property that you're interested in. So yes, not a lot of inventory under 300,000 in Frisco. We are going to have to venture over to Plano just a bit to check out a couple of properties there. But the first one we're going to check out is not too far from here. So that is the cool thing about it. It's conveniently located not only to Main Street, but to Preston as well. So it's kind of right in the middle. So it's really, really great. But you'll see what you're going to get for under 300K here in Frisco. So let's go check it out. All right, so you wanted to see what was under $300,000 in Frisco, and this is pretty much what you're gonna get. And you can see right behind me, we're in a townhome community. Now, these are basically kind of like just duplexes, really is what they come down to, but you know, going to be governed by a townhome bylaws and HOA and things like that. But this is what you're gonna get. These are right around 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, just over 1,000 square feet, listed at $278,000. And so that's gonna put the price per square foot right around $275 or so, which doesn't make them the least amount in, or the least price per square foot in this whole area, you know, in Frisco in general. So you can definitely find a lot lower price per square foot when you get into the single family home neighborhoods. But again, when you get in lower square footage, then the price per square foot tends to go up a little bit. But you can see they've got a clubhouse right behind me. They've got a community pool over here. It's not gated. You can see the entryway right there. So this is not a gated community. Just drive right in. But otherwise, you know, seems pretty calm. Now, I will say the benefit here is that you're right off of Preston Road. And we've mentioned this in a few of our other videos, that Preston Road is starts down in right at Uptown, where the Uptown and Highland Park area begins. So Oaklawn Avenue turns into Preston Road right as you hit Highland Park, and then Preston Road goes all the way up through Prosper. So pretty much anything along Preston Road is usually pretty nice whenever it comes to homes and commercial space. And in between Preston and the tollway, anything within that sliver, you could say, the west of Preston Road to the east of the tollway is usually pretty good as well. But overall, that would be the biggest benefit. I saw just right, not even less than a block from here, there's a super Walmart, so you're very, very close to groceries and everything you need at the Walmart area. So that's, and then of course everything else you need along Preston Road, and then being in the middle of Frisco as well on top of that. But this is really it. This is all you're going to find in Frisco for less than $300,000, at least currently right now. And the overbidding and the bidding wars is probably going to happen. Most of the time these places are snatched up for cash, but we do have a couple of spots in Plano we can show you as well, so we can definitely check those out. But overall, this is pretty much what you're going to get here in this area. Now, we'll drive you around here so you can kind of get a good idea of what you can, of the neighborhoods around here. But everything's pretty cool here in Frisco. But otherwise, we're going to take you a little cruise, and then we're going to head over to Plano, because we're going to have to combine these two, because there is just really no inventory under $300,000 in the Frisco area other than a townhome like this. Not any single family homes, but we do have a couple of single family homes we're going to show you in Plano, and they are not too shabby. I'll tell you that both of them have been remodeled, and they're pretty good for under $300,000. Definitely good options for Airbnb or investment if you're looking at that, or to get in as a starter home. Some good options there. But all right, let's cruise you around, and let's head over to Plano to check out the other properties. All right, so we're coming up on our first stop here in Plano, and this neighborhood is really not too far from, there's quite a bit. We're on the east side of 75, which is where the historic district area is, and there's a lot of new development that's not too far from here. So this could make this property a great Airbnb spot, because you're not too far from 75. There's plenty to do right around the corner. They've got plenty of restaurants. Twisted Root, I saw that the Twisted Root Burger Company, one of my favorite places here in the Dallas area. There's some Tex-Mex, there's Starbucks, and a lot of mixed use development, as far as a lot of commercial on the initial, the ground floor, and of course some apartments and some condos and things like that around there, but all very, very new. So you see this home right behind me. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It's right at $285,000 and it's right at 1,316 square feet. So that puts the price per square foot right around $216, $217 a square foot, built in 1962. But you'll see if the pictures are getting thrown up right now, completely renovated on the inside. So you got granite countertops, gas stove, looks like vinyl plank flooring in there as well. Nice sized backyard, got some solar panels up top as well. But overall, and even 2-car garage here. But this is what you're going to find, again, if you get into these neighborhoods in this price range, in the $200,000 range. A lot of 3-2s, a lot of ranch styles here, a lot of traditional homes. Pretty much that's what you're going to get. But again, what you're getting around here, you can even see this one right behind me. If you're close to it and you want to do something like an Airbnb and have a full property, again, price per bedroom always usually around $100-$120 a night. So think about that. All in, you put 20% down on this property, and right now with the rates the way they are, you could probably be, with taxes, insurance, everything, right around $1,500 a month. And if you could Airbnb this for about even $100 a room per night, that adds up. Always factor in for about 20 nights a month on bookings if you're going to be considering something like that. But that could be a sizable investment, to where if you were to long-term rent this, you'd probably only get about $1,500, between $1,500 to $2,000. But Airbnb, you could get somewhere maybe between $3,000 or closer to $3,000 to $3,500 per month. So almost double what you could get on a long-term rental, which is why I love Airbnb now. I wouldn't really go to a long-term rental myself anymore, especially after having long-term rental properties and making the move over to Airbnb now. Definitely much more lucrative, and I think just overall, it's a much better return. I don't think it is. I know it's a much better return, so that's what I would stick to. But stick around on this. Let's go. We'll take you a quick cruise around this neighborhood, but I'm going to show you one more, save the best for last, in the $200,000 price range. And again, this one's going to be around $285 as well, but it's really nice. Again, for the price range in which you can get, completely remodeled. So you definitely want to stick around. Let's cruise around and wrap this one up. All right, so we're at the last stop. Save the best for last in this price range. You'll see it right behind me. A lot of activity going on because, again, you don't see this very often here, and they go quickly, but it is possible to find homes under $300,000 in the Plano area. But this one is $286,000. It's right at 1,284 square feet. That's going to put the price per square foot right around $223 or so. Built in 73, but completely remodeled on the inside. Done very, very well. I mean, the countertops, the cabinets, the flooring, everything in there looks pretty good. Now, again, this is what you can experience here. Let me get around this car to show you when you don't have an HOA. A lot of people ask about HOAs. I think HOAs are there. You have to definitely keep an eye on them when you're in a condo or townhome community, because you're sharing walls or sharing roofs or sharing yards, and that's where things can become a problem, in my opinion. Now here, if you don't have an HOA in a neighborhood, then things like this can happen, where the neighbor can be working on their car, have it up on blocks, have it tarped, have the boat outside, everything like that. So that's going to make it difficult. Now that home is going to sell quickly. It's only a day on the market. It will be gone to find a home like that that's remodeled under $300,000 here. So people probably won't mind the truck that's being worked on, and who knows how long that's being worked on out there for. It could have been or it could be being worked on here for the last few months. So that's the thing. If you don't have an HOA, then you're not going to have control of those types of situations, or people are going to be able to build a bench around the tree on the front yard. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but just think about those types of things when you go to resell your home. if you plan to ever resell, then those types of things can be a deterrent to potential buyers in your area. Not all the time, and again, at this price point, most of the time people are not really concerned about that, so it just depends on what you want to accomplish with your goals. But overall, I mean, look at the massive trees in this neighborhood. Again, Plano, very established neighborhoods. I mean, these trees are covering the whole street, so no matter where you park on the street, you're going to have shade. But again, you can see the amount of cars here all along the street parked outside. You've got all front entry garages here, so that tends to have these situations where people can have their garages open, working on stuff all the time. And again, if you're in a neighborhood with single family homes in an HOA, then normally they regulate those types of things. They just don't allow you to have that kind of stuff, like leave your boat outside all the time or with flat tires or broken down. And that's just the reality of it. So it just depends on what you want, but I don't think HOAs in single family home neighborhoods is really a bad thing. I think it's better for resale and upkeep of the neighborhood. But again, just something to keep in mind. But again, that house right there, for that price point, it is possible here in the Dallas area. People are commenting all the time saying everything's overpriced, but you just got to find the right deals, and you got to have the right team in place to help you get those deals. Not just get those, but win those deals. Guys, in this market, just since April, we've helped over 80 families move here to the Dallas area, and we haven't lost a single deal based on our recommendation. But if a client tells us they want that house, we are getting the deals done. We're not putting anybody through buyer fatigue. We're not putting anybody through losing multiple homes. So you got to have the right team in place, and I know our team is the best team to help you do that. So if you're thinking about making the move here, again, whether it's 9 days or 90 days, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're happy to help you make that smooth move here, and let's take you around, or we'll cruise you around this neighborhood so you can see it. But until next time, well, we hope to show you around town.